Hello everyone, James Miner here. Welcome back to another brand new video. I'm here to help you filmmakers to not only make your movies better, but also to help you succeed in your career. Today we're covering how you can be better prepared and better organized on your shoot day. Because the truth of the matter is, just to give you a bit of preparation, the shoot day is going to be super chaotic because there's going to be tons of people. They're going to be wondering what to do. They're going to be running around all over the place figuring out what to necessarily do, when to do it, how to do it. And you also need to keep a very clear head and stay focused on the stuff that you need to do. How can we be better prepared on set? How can we make sure that the day runs as smoothly as humanly possible? Because listen, in the film industry, we have this sort of legendary saying, which we refer to as Murphy's Law. In Murphy's Law, it goes, anything that could happen will happen. So if you don't have plans, if you don't have backups, chances are something will go wrong. Hopefully not. I genuinely hope that your sets go very, very smooth. But I'm telling you from previous experience, the less you do with preparation, the more you make up for on the day of the set. And that's the last thing you really want to be doing. On the day of the set, you just want everything to run as clockwork, have your shots prepared, have everyone prepared. You just execute these shots in a timely manner, and everything turns out fantastic, and you walk home feeling very proud because the shots look fantastic. But that doesn't come without planning. So you need to make sure you have these following steps already taken place so that the day runs smoothly. Number one, you want to make sure you have a schedule or an agenda. This also comes in the form of a call sheet. Essentially, the call sheet gives everyone an idea of when is the meals, how long are we shooting scenes for, how long is the day going to be. This specifically goes for your assistant director who's going to be maintaining the schedule. Have an idea of how long you're spending on certain scenes, how long are you spending on preparing for certain shots, okay? How long are we spending to work on this one scene? How long are we going to take for the entire day? Hopefully, you really don't want to schedule it for too long, like a really good period. Honestly, this might sound a little shocking. A really good time frame for the day is around 12 to 13 hours. If you can shoot everything in a 12 to 13 hour bracket, then that's perfectly normal and expected. If you shoot longer, then it just gets really tiring and exhausting. But it does happen quite often. And of course, if the day is somewhat shorter, then that's just excellent for everyone, and the day's going to go just like that. So make sure you have a schedule or an agenda showing what you're shooting and when, so that way you're prepared for anything. Number two, you want to have a floor plan. What does this mean? Well, when you go to a location, it's going to be up to your assistant director and your production manager, or you if you're working by yourself, to organize where everyone and everything is going to be at the location. Because believe it or not, you don't just show up at a location and just dump everything wherever you see fit. There's got to be a form of organization. Otherwise, it's going to be chaotic, as I said, and things are going to go missing. And you really don't want that to happen, especially with equipment. So what you're basically going to do is you're going to create a floor plan where you have a very basic layout of the entire location. If you're in a park, great. Then you have as much space as you're allowed to go, and then you can just sort of plan things from there. If you're in, let's say, a house or a building, then you need to assign certain rooms or hallways or corridors or whichever for very specific departments and tasks. So you have a room for your equipment, a room for catering, a room for what's called actors holding, a room for the makeup, a room for something else. Make sure you plan this out as far in advance as possible, because then when everyone shows up, they just know, okay, food goes here, makeup goes here, actors go here, equipment goes here, props and sets go here. If you want to know more about how to go into a floor plan in greater detail, again, let me know down in the comments and I'll make a video on that. But this is really crucial so that everyone knows where everything is placed, because you certainly don't want things to be mixed up. The third thing you really need is a food plan. So figure out ahead of time what the snacks, the drinks, and the meals are going to be for that day. Okay, if it's going to be you, chances are you're going to have to fetch the food, you're going to have to make everything. So there's very basic stuff that you really want to make sure you prepare ahead of time. So drinks, have water, have coffee, have tea, and make sure you just check with everyone too. Like if no one's going to drink coffee, then you don't really need to bring it. Okay, if there might be a few people that prefer tea, then make sure you have a supply of tea. But essentially, water, coffee, and tea are sort of the basics. You also want to make sure there's a good supply of snacks. Anything from muffins and pastries to granola bars to snack bars to, I like to have goldfish crackers. Everyone gets happy when there's goldfish crackers on set. Crackers, cookies, cheese, fruit, anything that can be so small that you can just pick up a handful from your hand and continue working. Because often when you're on set and you're literally running from one thing to another in a matter of seconds, you want to be able to just quickly go grab some food and continue working. Because if it's going to take a long, if the food is way out of the way, and if it's not something simple, like if they have to like cut up an orange or something like that, then I promise no one's going to grab an orange, because it's going to take too much time and every second counts. Make it easy, make it accessible, make sure there's plenty of it. Same with meals. You don't want to just serve pizza all the time. You could. If there's going to be one meal, then yeah, you could just have pizza. Make sure there's something healthy. It could be sandwiches for lunch, pastries for breakfast. And if it's the final meal of the day, like when I say the final meal, I'm talking about everyone's breaking for dinner and then we're cleaning up and going home, then serve pizza. But if you serve pizza for lunch, then chances are everyone's going to get groggy and slow down. That's just how the body works. So make sure you're planning that it's healthy. And also check for allergies too, because that's also going to be important. If someone has a nut allergy or a gluten allergy or something, prepare for that so you don't find out on the day of the set. Next, make sure you have a call sheet. I mentioned this earlier. A call sheet is not just a document for scheduling, but also gives tons of information. Information on the set, information on all the crew needed. What are we shooting that day? What are the scenes going to be about? Who's needed for that day? It tells call times. When do people need to show up? What time are the meals? Where's the location? And it gives directions on the location. This document is so important. You need to make sure that everyone, the cast and the crew, has this at least a day before you start shooting. I would say even 2 days, just to be safe. Basically, this contains all the possible information you can need for that day, and everyone has a clear understanding of what the expectations are. If you want to know how to make your own call sheet, I do have a video on that. I'll link it in the description below and in the cards up above, so you can go and check that out. It's really, really simple. But this is really going to help you be better prepared for the shoot day. And finally, really, it comes down to communication. So check with your crew and your cast and make sure everyone's on the same page. Everyone has what they need. Okay? Chances are you might have missed something. It happens, okay? If you have crew members or cast members who have to be picked up by a driver, make sure A, that driver knows what's going on, and B, make sure the people they're picking up also knows what's going on. And that way, it also helps in case something messes up. Then you have backup plans as well. But just check. I think it's always important that you clear the air, because anytime there's confusion or fogging around something, that's just going to lead to a whole slew of problems. Clear the air, get the communication open, get people talking so that everyone can be on the same page, and that way on the day of, everything can run super, super smoothly. And by the way, ask these questions days or weeks in advance. Don't do it the night of, because then I promise you're going to get like 10,000 questions and you're going to be up all night trying to figure these out at the last minute. Be as prepared as possible and as far in advance as humanly possible. It's really going to help you in the end, and you will thank yourself. So I hope this helped you out, and if it did, please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and share this to other filmmakers who could really benefit from this video as well. Again, I really hope that your shoot days go really smoothly and it goes really awesome, genuinely. But just the more prepared you are, the more that everyone's on the same page and there's no confusion, the better off everything will be. Okay? Subscribe, because I got brand new videos coming out every single week, and make sure you check in the description below for the brand new merchandise, because every time you buy the merchandise, it's also going to go towards supporting the channel. So thanks so much everyone for your support. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.